The Witch's Shadow, A Tale of Black Cats and Superstition. Chapter 1, The Mark of the Black Cat. The rain fell in a steady rhythm against the rooftops of the small European village of Wolfsbane Hollow. The cobblestone streets glistened under the silver moonlight, and the cold wind carried whispers of age-old superstitions. At the heart of the village, in a modest cottage adorned with herbs and strange trinkets, lived a woman whom the villagers feared, Elara, the witch. But it was not just Elara they whispered about. It was her constant companion, a sleek black cat with piercing yellow eyes. The villagers called him Shadow, believing he was no ordinary feline but a familiar, a demon in disguise, aiding Elara in her dark arts. Children were warned never to cross Elara's path, especially when Shadow was by her side. For to lock eyes with the black cat was to invite misfortune, to be cursed with a lifetime of ill luck. And so, when young Henry Tanner disappeared one autumn evening, there was little doubt in the villagers' minds about who was responsible. Chapter 2, The Origins of Fear. Long before Elara's time, black cats had carried the weight of suspicion in Europe. In ancient Rome, they were symbols of mystery but were also revered, often associated with the goddess Diana. However, as Christianity spread, old pagan symbols were demonized, and the mysterious nature of black cats led to their association with dark forces. During the Middle Ages, as fears of witchcraft grew, black cats became the supposed companions of witches. It was said that witches could transform into black cats to sneak unseen through the night, listening to conversations and cursing those who wronged them. Some believed the devil himself took the form of a black cat to walk among humans. These beliefs took hold so strongly that, during the witch trials of the 16th and 17th centuries, black cats were burned alongside accused witches. The mere presence of a black cat in one's home was enough to mark a woman as a witch, ensuring her doom. Chapter 3, The Hunt begins. Back in Wolfsbane Hollow, panic spread through the village. Henry's parents, frantic and grief-stricken, led a mob to Elara's cottage. The villagers knocked down her door, overturning shelves and smashing jars of dried herbs, looking for any sign of the missing boy. Shadow hissed and leaped onto a windowsill, his fur bristling as torches cast eerie shadows on the walls. "Where is he?" the blacksmith, Gregory, roared. "We know your beast has something to do with this." Elara, calm despite the chaos, met their glares with defiance. "Shadow is just a cat," she said. "He brings no harm." But reason had no place in the face of fear. The villagers seized Shadow, binding his legs with rough twine. They dragged him to the town square, where a pyre had already been built. Chapter 4, The Curse of the Black Cat. As the flames crackled, a storm began to gather over the village. Lightning split the sky, and the wind howled through the streets. The moment the fire licked at Shadow's fur, a deafening shriek filled the air, not from the cat, but from Henry Tanner himself. Stumbling out of the forest, covered in scratches and dirt, Henry gasped for breath. "I fell into an old hunter's pit," he panted. "I was trapped for days. If not for the cat, I would have died." The villagers turned in horror as they realized their mistake. Shadow, accused of evil, had been Henry's savior. Elara rushed forward, sweeping the half-burned cat into her arms. "Fear makes fools of us all," she whispered, cradling her companion. Chapter 5, A New Dawn. From that day on, the villagers of Wolfsbane Hollow never spoke ill of black cats again. Though the scars of superstition ran deep, the truth had been revealed: black cats were not omens of darkness, but creatures of mystery and wisdom. Shadow healed, though his fur never fully regrew where the flames had touched him. He remained by Elara's side, watching the village with knowing golden eyes. And as years passed, a new belief took root, that a black cat crossing one's path was not a sign of bad luck but of unseen protection, a guardian in the shadows.